Hey, what's up? So, this video I'm just going to be documenting my first time experience with Friday Night Magic, and let me say, I'm addicted, guys. I am so glad that they have the Challenger products, because it just makes the entry so easy. I mean, it's $30, or it was like 31, 32 after tax or whatever, but after that, you can make a couple of tweaks here and there. You can swap in one or two cards, like maybe an additional removal spell or something, and you'll be alright. Even though it doesn't have the full playsets of some really, really strong cards, like Fatal Push or Walking Ballista, which is kind of almost core. It seems like all the lists that are the green-black Winding Constrictor list, they always have the 4 copies of the Walking Ballistas, and they're always rocking multiple copies of Fatal Pushes, but in this case we don't have all that, so that's okay though, because I went 3-1. I went 3-1 with the green-black Constrictor, and I'll go over all my matchups. I actually have it written down right here. Wait, hold on. No, it's energy. Okay, so the first round I went against this insane Bolus control deck. It was the Planeswalker Bolus from Amonkhet, or the one with the horn, I think. But oh my god, I mean, it was just, I was getting owned left and right. He was using blue spells, red spells. I got abraded, I got board cleared, I got counter spell. I mean, it was a really awesome control deck. And the guy was rocking dreads, and he was just a cool dude. I mean, I just had to give him a lot of props. So the first round, it was very discouraging, even though after the first game, I swapped in my side deck against the control matchup, because remember, if you watched my previous videos, I was always thinking about the main deck as against the field. It was going to be more aggressive decks, and then against control, I was going to have the sideboard. I was going to have all these tech cards like a Gonti or the Dream Stealers, which can make you discard your cards in hand. I had I think 2 Duresses or something. I don't know, but anyways. That Bolus control deck just did me nasty. I mean, it was brutal. And also, I did a misplay. This is my first time piloting the deck. I've seen it on YouTube many, many times. And, I screwed up so many times because I was getting the energy counters, but on my upkeep, I wasn't using it. And it was just a big tell that I was a noob. So, I mean, the guy, he understood. I told him that I was kind of like, fresh off the boat. And, he wished me luck. And he was like, totally cool, man. I mean, it was just... That was probably one of the best things about the experience. Is like everyone there was super cool. It was just everyone just being nerds and just chilling. It was cool. And the second round I went mono black control, and this I actually was kind of like what is the Dreadshade or the guy from Dominaria. He's like a 3-mana 3/3, and you can pump him up with all your black, and he gets +1/+1. So this guy, he was also having these that one swamp or something where you pay 3 mana and it gives you all the mana for all the swamps that you have. Anyways, you can really pump up your dude and really chunk in for a lot of damage. As a matter of fact, he pumped up his dude one time for 9 damage, and I let it buy because I thought that was my opening, or maybe I had some removal, I don't know. But the mono black control, because he also had like kill spells, and I think he had 1 board wipe or something. I don't remember, but it wasn't his deck though. That's the main thing I'm trying to get at. It wasn't his deck. He was a long time player. I think he was just coming back, and he didn't have a deck. And his friend, his buddy, who also was at the Friday Night Magic, provided him with this deck. So because of that, I think I had the advantage because he didn't he didn't know the intricacies of the deck. He didn't know the ins and outs. But for me, I've been watching this deck, the green-black Constrictor, the Winding Constrictor deck, on YouTube, on multiple matchups, on MTG Go, different people piloting the deck and how to play it. And, I did a lot of prep just to see what the field is like, mainly against aggro, which I did encounter. I thought I was going to counter, multiple aggro, but I only encountered it once, and it was this girl, and she was rocking, Glory Bringers, Hazoret, braids, and the Scrappy Scrounger, I think, or the Courier, both of those. Just a very aggressive deck. And the first game I lost the first game, but then I came back on the second and third game, and in the second game you know, I had to use a Fatal Push on a Courier. I had to, you know, burn all my removal. I had like 2 removal or 3 removal spells in like the first 4 or 5 turns, and that really stabilized me in the second game. Third game, she got a really bad draw apparently, and that's what she said. And you know, it kind of showed because, you know, I was able to establish board control, which is really awesome for a mid-range deck. You can kind of, if you have the opening, you can become the aggressor. If you don't, you can become the stabilizer. It's kind of like you're in the middle. You can choose which route you want to play against, you know, whatever your opponent is doing. So, you know, the red aggro was a good matchup in my opinion, even though I lost the first game. The first game she got her Chandra out, and she was just doing damage left and right, and you know, I was like, oh man, I thought it was just like the whole match was gonna be over because there was just so much burn at one time. It was just crazy. So the fourth round, hold on, give me a second. Okay, so the fourth round was mono green Stompy, and I was going against Vine Mares. I was going against Thorn Lieutenant. What else did he have? He had the elephant, the 1 mana 3/4 elephant that bounces back and it gives you energy counters. He had he didn't have too many removal spells. He did have 1 removal spell, which was a fight spell, which he'd had a misplay. I don't want to, you know, go over what everything like that match was, but he said he had a misplay on the last round, on the second round. I went 2-0 against him. But on the second match or second game, he messed up his you know, fight spell. He was supposed to use it on a 3/4. He had that 3/4 elephant, and he was supposed to use that against my Winding Constrictor, which is a 2/3, which would have killed it. But because, you know, he didn't play it on our first turn or something, I don't know. He wasn't able to use it immediately. Very complex. He was explaining it to me, but he said it was a misplay. It was a different line that he should have took to kill my Winding Constrictor, because in that second game, boy, let me tell you, my Winding Constrictor, I got 2 of them out. And then I had a Rishkar, and then I had a Verdur's Gear Hulk, and I had like a 7/8 Winding Constrictor just chilling there, like blocking the board, because he had a Vine Mare, he had, you know, a bunch of ground creatures. Oh, he had a Steel Leaf Champion. Oh, he had a Giganosaurus, of course. Oh my God, he had a Giganosaurus, and I walked the planks his Giganosaurus, and I was just like, you have a 5 mana 10/10. Let me hit you with that 2 mana destroy a creature. And I'm just thinking, like, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, alright, you know, a Giganosaurus on a pirate ship, and you say, walk the plank. You know, you just, because if you look at the cards, it's like a gigantic, you know, T-Rex, and then walk the plank is like a pirate, you know, on a pirate ship, his captor is about to walk the plank. And I'm just thinking like, oh my gosh, you know, after, like, I was thinking about all the matches, I was like, oh, I walked the plank to Giganosaurus, and that is just so hilarious to me. I mean, just like, just the T-Rex on a... Anyways, okay, yeah, but yeah, so I had a good mix of nice, kind of, meta, right? It wasn't all aggro, so now I can kind of prep in the future. Like, maybe they switch up the decks, I don't know, but if I know these people and I know what they're rocking, I can kind of anticipate. For example, this Bolus Control deck really caught me off guard. I put like 3 or 4 creatures on the board, and then he board wiped me, so I gotta prepare for that. I gotta put only 1 or 2, get board wiped, and then refill my board. Another thing is, you know, after this first round, I had the, you know, I wasn't confident in myself because it's my first time playing the deck, and I wasn't using the Glint Sleeve Siphoners. I had like 3 energy, and I wasn't using my energy for, you know, getting my cards, and it was just so dumb. I was like such a noob. And oh yeah, this right here, this is just all, these are my paper counters. It's actually funny because no one likes it when you use these to be a +1/+1 counter, and they always give you a dice. Like, everyone had dice for me to use. I was so grateful because I was like such a noob. And I think another giving tell that I'm a noob is this box. This is the Challenger Deck box. So yeah, I had a great, fantastic first time experience. Now this is the sideboard. Oh yeah, check that. I got a sweet new promo Militia Bugler. I know it's not nothing special, but I don't know, man. It's just special for me because I want to make a deck out of this card. Make it like a white weenie kind of go wide board state kind of deck. So I couldn't ask for a better promo. Next week's gonna be Murder. So of course I'm going to show up for Friday Night Magic for that, because I want to throw in, I'm rocking 3 murders or 2 murders right now, I don't know. But I want to rock a promo in my deck just to make it a little bit more flashy. So this is my sideboard right now. Yeah, that Liliana was absolutely useless. Skeleton Archer was useless too. I mean, it's like when I did see the aggro deck, I was thinking like Skeleton Archer, oh yeah, I'm going to take out Bomat Couriers, right? It doesn't work like that. It's like, you know, you need a card that's an earlier play to stabilize. This is just too slow. I didn't use it at all because I was thinking, you know, after you face it, you're like, this isn't going to work. The Crafter's Bestiaries, I don't know if it's good against the control matchup. I did put this in the control matchup and it did soak up a removal, so maybe that's good because it was like, oh my gosh, you know, they can draw a card if it's a land. So it's a high priority target, so they're gonna eat removal. So I like those early game spells like a Diagraph or early game creatures that like a Diagraph Ghoul or this guy where they're high priority targets where they're gonna soak up some kind of removal. Because, you know, they don't want to let a 2/2 first turn play just start chunking in for damage for like 6 damage over 3-4 turns. I took out the Walking Ballista. I know this is super controversial, but I just didn't feel like I needed it. I got to put him back in, I think, but. Like in all the matches, I just needed the Winding Constrictors, I needed the Rishkars, and I needed the Verger's Gear Hulks. So, you know, this deck really pulled through, even without 4 of Fatal Pushes or 4 of Walking Ballistas. And the reason being is because, you know, I put in some murders. Am I rocking 3 murders? I don't know. Ooh, Reclamation. Why do I have that? What, who was this against? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah. Heart of Kieran's. Mono Green Stomp. He had a Heart of Kieran's. That's right. He had and he also had the 3/5/1 with a Lifelink. So that actually pulled through. Oh, my Thrashing Brontodon, of course, pulled through. Oh yeah, this was against when I saw those Heart of Kieran's. I honestly didn't go against a lot of artifacts based decks. But the Thrashing Brontodon did pull through one time. I was able to take out a 3/5 flyer. And I had, oh my gosh, I had my Demon of Catastrophes on the board. And that thing does work. Let me tell you, let me find the beast himself. Where you at? Oh man, Ravenous Chupacabra, I played him one time and it was against a control matchup in the Bolas match. And he had no creatures and I had to play him just to have a board state because otherwise he was just going to unleash. I could just already tell that he was about to go ham with his Bolas. I think he had his Bolas out. Oh man, he did a really good job. I had against the Bolas matchup, I had Song of Freyalise out, and he cleared my board before I can get the counter. So that was just a good play on his part. Gotta give him props for that. He timed everything well. Or maybe I just mistimed it. Maybe it was too, because like this kind of card it like gives away everything, right? It's not like it's stuck in your hand where you can like surprise. It's like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do for the next 3 turns. So it's like you can think about it, and you know, I don't know. It did work out though in another match against the aggro matchup, Song of Freyalise, because I had a Winding Constrictor and I had like a Diagraph Ghoul or something, so it popped off, and that really just stabilized the board or clogged it up, and I was able to, you know, get more removal or and just, you know, kind of squeeze in after they had nothing on the or like really low, like I think they had a Soul Scar Mage or something. I don't know. They had a really minimal board presence, but you know, these Foul Orchards, I'm not. It's obviously better to play with the other ones, but you know, it's not that bad to play with these because you just turn 1 this and then it's tapped, and then you're not gonna play anything on turn 1. Oh, well, sometimes you can play Diagraph. It can screw you up, but I don't know. It's just like, you know, for me, if I'm gonna spend money, where's my name in the catastrophes? If I'm gonna spend money, I'm not gonna spend it on the land base. I'm gonna spend it on like a Walking Ballista or something that's good, that's gonna really improve the deck. But as far as this right now. Oh, Demon, this guy's a beast. Let me tell you, man. Yeah, so I had the Thrashing Brontodon, and the only flying blocker that he had was the 3/5 lifelink guy, and I just Thrashing Brontodon'd it. And I had to clear, it was like no other flyers, and I was going in, and that was the game where I had the 7/8 Winding Constrictor. And he was just clogging up the board. He didn't want to attack, so it allowed me to get into my draws, and I was able to get this, and I sacrificed like my 2/1. I think I sacrificed one of these, or maybe it was the 1/2 Dreamstealer, I don't know. But I sacrificed them, and it was just such a monster presence. I mean, good lord. And Yeah, I mean, I'm just so impressed with this card. I'm so glad about the Liliana deck just for this. Even though the murders did pull through, because I was able to use murders on my opponent's turn a couple times, I think. I think 2 or 3 times. Which, you know, the instant speed is really, really nice. Ravenous Sharper. So, you know, I had a great first time experience, even though this deck doesn't have 4 Walking Ballistas, and I did eventually take it out because I think I Adventured Impulsed a Walking Ballista, or it was my top 3 cards. I saw a Walking Ballista, but I didn't take it. I took a Demon of Catastrophes because I was like, dude, this thing is such a beast. Like, I'm just gonna take the Demon of Catastrophes. So yeah, it was such a great first time experience. And with this deck, it just has a $30 entry, and then I bought the Liliana Planeswalker. I didn't even need the Vivian. I just bought the Vivian for casual play. But the Liliana deck came with the 2 murders, and it came with the Demon of Catastrophes, which are definitely something that you can throw in, even though there is better removal for you know, better removal than murders. Just if you're just starting to get into it, it's totally viable. I mean, it's there's nothing more I can say about getting that Liliana deck to combine with the green-black Challenger deck. Of course, these are going to rotate in 2 months, but for me, I'm glad I got to jump in standard real quick, just to experience the current meta before all the rotation hits in 2 months, and then I can be like, oh, right, you know, fresh meta. Because I think everyone's right now, they're kind of stale. It's not really stale, it's just everyone knows all the Amonkhet block and like the Hour Devastation, all that stuff, so everyone's kind of waiting for the new rotation. But alright, so let's get into. Alright, so I already showed you the Bugler. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys my 4 packs that I got from Friday Night Magic. I don't know how many you get just for entering. Maybe it's 2 or 1. I don't remember. But I ended up going 3 and 1, and I got 4 boosters. And I was thinking, you know, they give you the choice of, you know, all the different boosters. I could have gone 4 Dominaria, 4 core set Planeswalkers, but I decided, because these are all not going to be rotated out, so I decided to get 1 of each just to make it easy, because I was thinking like, oh, Vraska's Contempt, maybe a chance of Bolus. You know, I love Dominaria set just because I think it's really cool playing, and I don't know, there's some really cool cards in here. Rivals of Ixalan, I wasn't too excited about, but you never know. So this is actually the exact same thing that I got from the Deck Builder's Toolkit. Okay, so sorry about that. I don't know, my camera just randomly shuts off. But okay, so let's start with the Ixalan. I think this is the oldest one. All right, beginner's luck. Ooh, let's go. Give me that juice. Come on, let's go. Oh baby, that's not looking like a good start. Actually, you know, I'll take a pirate. I can throw him into the Ixalan casual jank decks. Oh, and the Legion Conquistador. Hey, you know what? I mean, I'm cool with these so far. These are all playable in the Ixalan board game. Oh, I got another Merfolk. Can't be blocked. There's interesting. Okay, that's kind of interesting. This guy, he's a bleh. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in Ixalan he's actually pretty nice, because in the Ixalan board game you're definitely gonna get that mana eventually. Protector artifact. Oh, nice! Unknown Shores. That's kind of cool. I could always use another. It's a common land. Maybe it's not that good. I don't know, because you gotta pay that 1. Yeah, it's like you're just converting another mana into another color. Okay, nice. What's 2/5? Merfolk Warrior. Oh, cool. This one is in the. But see, in the Ixalan board game, the one mana cards are not that good, because it's they just get taken out easily, I think. Rally more. Creatures you can. It is creatures you control. So I don't know. Interesting. Okay. Call to the Feast. Ooh, nice! Another vampire card. I'll take it. Herald of Secret Streams. Creature control with +1. Ooh, I'll throw that in the Challenger deck. No, I'm just kidding. But That's actually really interesting. Really, really cool. I think this is playable in the Ixalan board game. As far as you know, just throw them in there, and I don't know how many token generators there are, but yeah, we'll stick them in the casual Ixalan board game deck. That was a good pack for just casual, because I love that Ixalan board game. It's just so much fun to play with people who you know, just love board games but aren't necessarily into like card games. So it's a nice hybrid where you kind of like trick people into playing Magic. And so far it's been really well received within my personal friends, like friend play group, where we just chill at home and play board games and drink beer and eat pizza and stuff. So Divine Verdict, kind of slow. Ooh, Flying Ascend, as long as you have the City's Blessing. Not sure. Another Naturalize, Moment of Craving, Squire's Devotion. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. That's not that different from a Divination. Could actually be better. It's actually pretty good for common, I think. This guy again, he's alright. Each opponent loses 1 life for each. Ooh, that could. Ooh, that could be really good in that vampire deck. Wow. In the Ixalan board game, if you have like 7 or 8 vampires, oh my goodness. Alright, the Sky Marcher. Flying 2/3, okay. Curious Obsession. Interesting, because whenever this, so you have to attack all the time. See red. It's pretty cool art. I like that. I'm not a big fan of auras though. The end step. Wow, this is brutal. You have to attack. It's reckless, you know, because otherwise you got to sacrifice the card. Ooh, this guy. I like this guy. This guy is 2 mana 3/3, but it requires you to have a life gain. So if you have like that new card, Fountain of Renewal, this is along with Ajani's Pride Mate. I think these are good 2 mana plays. I think I saw this in a deck tech video. I forgot who, but I remember seeing this in a life gain deck. A 2 mana 2/3's pretty sweet, and that's some pretty cool art. I like that. Ooh, what's this? Ascend whenever it attacks. Ah, man, that is a 1/1. Wow. That's an interesting card. This is interesting. Wow. This might be good in like a go wide, like white red maybe? Where you have like just so many token generators. I don't know. But that monument one with the white, you can only do it with white creatures. Yeah. Ah, man, I don't know. This is interesting. This is interesting because you need the 10 permanents, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. That doesn't seem like it's going to be applicable to any of my casual decks. So that one might be, I might have to sell that one. Okay. Okay, so here is Dominaria. Alright. Whoops. Okay. Give me some juicy, baby. Come on. One time. Let's get another mythic. Let's keep that mythic show going. Oh, nice. Journey Mage. Could be kind of good with the new Viashino Pyromancer. Ooh, I'll take an Ops. Oh man, that Bolus guy, he was dropping Ops on me all the time. Yeah, that was really cool how he was playing, because he was always using it on my turn, and then he was trying to dig for stuff. Really cool. Adamant Will. That's actually a really good combat trick. I will take that. That's actually really cool. It's not as good as Blossoming Defense because it's 2 mana. But against a board wipe, maybe this is better. I don't know. Oh yeah, this card again. Ooh, nice. This is actually not a bad card. Basic land. You can kick it for 2. Cool. Shepherd. Ooh, nice. I like this card because, I don't know, I just like the split bodies. It's kind of cool. And plus, if you're, I guess the fungus guys or the sapperlings, you, it's a go wide strategy, so. Rescue, return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. Ooh, fungal infection, just like I was talking about with the sapperlings. That's kind of cool. Another Pegasus Courser. Really like this card. At least as far as draft. I don't know if he's good at standard. Keldon Raider enters the battlefield. You may discard a card if you do. That's alright. It's better than the 4-mana 4/3 ogres from the Star City games a lot, because you could discard a card that you don't like, or if you don't have anything in your hand. Oh, it says you may discard a card, so I guess it's a requirement in order to draw a card, so. Ooh, Skizzik. Trample Haste, 5/3 for 4, kick it. So it's pretty much a 5-mana 5/3 unless you, yeah. Huh, okay. Damping Sphere, if it's time for 2 or more mana, if it produces. Huh. If it landed, huh. It produces. Huh, okay. Interesting. Each spell a player casts costs 1 more. Okay. So I don't know how good that is, but ooh, Thread and Temporal Gateway. You may put a historic permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. Oh man. Maybe this is playable. Artifacts, legendaries, and sagas. Ooh, okay, I see it, okay. So you get those insane legendaries that are like 10 mana, or 8 mana or whatever, and then you just, boom, press 4 mana, tap it. Wow, that's pretty good. For only 4 mana. Danitha, legendary creature, cool. Cost 1 less. And a mountain, and a separating token. This is kind of a, yeah, I mean, it's like a, yeah, I don't really like it that much, but I mean, this is cool, I like it. I'm really thinking about getting the Hazoret artifact deck and just making like a casual artifacts kind of style deck. Alright, so let's get into our last pack from our Friday Night Magic. I don't know how, how many packs you get if you go 4-0, but going 3-1, you get 4 packs, which is pretty sweet. Alright, so let me. Hostile Minotaur, Knight's Pledge, Anticipate. Macabre Waltz. Star Crown Stag, Centaur Courser, Crash Through, Skymark Bloodletter, ooh, Ravenous Harpy, Diamond Mare, Surge Mare, okay. Sweet. No. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Alright, sorry, I just had to contain myself a little bit, but oh my gosh, that. Wow. That is so sweet. Until end of turn, Resplendent Angel gets +2/+2. And lifelink, wow. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just unopened. Man, I want to make it a Johnny's Pride Meet. life gain deck, but man, it might be more useful for me to sell this so I can buy more stuff. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a dilemma. Kind of a dilemma. That is. I got to sleeve this up immediately. Oh, wow, what a pull! Well, that right there just made all 4 of those packs worth. Man, I'm just so glad to. Oh wow, to participate in my Friday Night Magic for the first time, have a decent result. Get a promo Militia Bugler and get a Resplendent Angel. Maybe I do make a life gain white kind of shenanigans. Ah, man, I don't know. I'm just thinking like, I can get so much more cards. Maybe I can make like a whole deck from this one card. Like I could sell this and then make a budget like $20 deck or something. I don't know. I don't know. All right, well. That's it. Had a good result. Glad you guys could join me if you did watch this. Otherwise, I'm not expecting a lot of people to watch this. Probably like 1 or 2, but you know, if you are a beginner, like you can definitely do well with the challenger decks as long as you watch other people pilot the deck and you learn how to play it a little bit. Kind of see what the interactions are, the timings and stuff, and just how to deal with other opponents in the meta. It does require a little bit of research, but if you want to be competitive, you gotta do your due diligence and make sure you know what you're doing, or at least have a kind of a grasp. Even though, you know, in my first round against the Bolus deck, I did kind of screw up a couple times without using the counters and stuff, but otherwise, I went 3-1 my first Friday Night Magic.